And tonight we're focused on the book by Ta-Nehisi Coates, Between the World and Me, Chapter 1, pages 1 to 39. And I'll go ahead and read the summary, which is too long, but bear with me. And the sooty details of the scene rose, thrusting themselves between the world and me. Richard Wright. Chapter 1 begins Ta-Nehisi Coates' love letter to his 15-year-old son, Samori, recalling an experience when a broadcaster asked him why he felt that white America's progress, or rather the progress of those Americans who believe that they are white, was built on looting and violence. From there, he journeys through the pages of America's history, noting the ways in which the African body has been dehumanized, the belief in race as an indubitable feature of the natural world, the trajectory and manifestations of racism and whiteness created by the pillaging of life, liberty, labor, and land, through the flaying of backs, the chaining of limbs, the strangling of dissidents, the destruction of families, the rape of mothers, the sale of children, and various other acts meant, first and foremost, to deny you and me the right to secure and govern our own bodies. Regarding American exceptionalism, he writes, I propose subjecting our country to an exceptional moral standard. Coates locates his own life and experiences within the American context and shares how the nature of this exceptional country has shaped his life. I tell you now that the question of how one should live within a black body, within a country lost in the dream, is the question of my life. Specifically, how do I live free in this black body? Encouraging his son to keep his eyes open and Americans to deal with the reality of our history and how it creates and maintains our present truths. Coates writes, it is so easy to look away, to live with the fruits of our history, and to ignore the great evil done in all of our names. But you and I have never truly had that luxury. I think you know. He identifies some of the recent violence Samori and the black community have seen in the stolen lives of Eric Garner, Renisha McBride, and John Crawford, for example. Growing up in Baltimore with family in Philadelphia and Chicago, Coates saw the fear of losing the black body in his peers and family members. He describes the sharp contrast of this fear with what he learned through TV images of whiteness. In all, during the first half of Chapter 1, Ta-Nehisi Coates teases us with the image of the American dream, so prevalent in popular culture and myth, and the fervent quest of the African American as articulated by Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the poet Langston Hughes.